Exact video is tailored for those that specifically don't know what exact offer to do in their AI agency space or what to do to get their first client. I recommend you go in the whole entire space of the gas business model, selling AI generated websites and middlemaning high level, which is a CRM. If you're not familiar with it, you will need high level. But if you stick to this in this video that you're going to build out with me together today will allow you to understand the simplicity of how real it gets inside high level, from where you need to send people when a inbound lead does come in, setting up some SMS, and then the key basics of just setting up a general contracting or any home service based business or any agency client you might onboard. Great way to start launching out some demos. Of course, I have various videos here on my channel explaining what it means to create your offer, launch an offer in the AI agency space and actually convert. Go ahead and check those out. Otherwise, let's get straight into it. Welcome back to another video. I'm going to jump straight into it. Many of you guys have been asking from previous videos how to actually make a demo to present and then also sell the gas business model. This is the number one vehicle you should be in, and it's as simple as scaling with AI itself. And I kind of wanted to share with you a couple of techniques that I myself use to actually outbound to clientele and convert. So first thing you will need is a demo. This is one that you can quickly draft up. You will need a high level account. If you don't have one, grab one in the description for a month so you can follow along. But pretty much go to AI agents, and then this is a voice AI we're going to be creating, and it's an inbound, something you can test. So what you can do is go to voice AI. You'll see this is a fresh account. You can follow along and do it exactly how I am. When you click voice AI, you're going to go ahead and create your first voice AI agent. You want to create a custom agent when it prompts you, but if you don't know how to, you can just click agent list and then click create an agent. Now, this is one that we have right now with a set number. We're going to create a fresh one and create a custom agent. This one particularly is going to handle incoming calls. Change the name to something like Noah2. Fill in any information and then put in your time zone. And then they do have outbound calling coming soon. If you want to do outbound calling where you literally trigger the demo yourself, you can use like Retail AI. I have a video on my channel if you guys want to check that one out as well. We want to do inbound call, and then the initial message should be, hey, and then contact's name, because going to be a previous contact is calling back with this exact system that we're using. We're going to do first name. How are you? This is Noah. How can I help? And then pretty simple, pretty organic. Just keep it kind of flowing. Advanced settings would deal with if you want to do any specific details with like the behavior, how fast it responds, when it hangs up. We want to put this somewhere around 5 seconds, or a little 6 seconds is pretty good. And then the response is we're gonna do fast just to keep it kind of flowing. The call should be a max of 15 minutes, but for this demo, 8 minutes is fine. Anything after that, you're kind of burning through some minutes here because no calls really need to be overthrough. Now let's go to next. We have the knowledge base that we can set up. Particularly a knowledge base is pretty important at this step, and we need a trigger work. So you can also go to advanced mode where you're basically making your own prompt, you're setting up your own actions, specific tasks, trigger like an SMS to be sent, or maybe book the appointment. Now we're kind of getting into a little bit of the what needs to be done with this actual agent, so follow along pretty closely. So we're going to create a knowledge base, we're going to create a workflow that's triggered, and then we're going to also be able to create collecting all this information and setting a quote or an estimate. Let's jump straight into that. Let's create the workflow, and let's also create the knowledge base. So we'll start with the knowledge base real quick. So you can use existing. I'm going to create one from scratch. Follow along, just name it anything. Okay, we'll enter description. This knowledge base is meant to be used. Here we go. Create it. And then we have a couple of options here. We have web crawler, frequent asked questions, and tables. Web crawler is really strong. You want to go ahead and do web crawler literally every single time. You can do the exact URL and just search up. If you don't have a specific business that you're going ahead and copy and pasting, maybe you might be just doing a demo 110%, then go ahead, put in any niche or any website that's relevant to the niche inside here. You'll get the same amount of data information. So you can extract data. It'll take a couple of seconds to pull the pages. So while we're doing this, we can ask some frequent asked questions. This one's going to be more of like a deck subcontracting or contracting business that we're going to go ahead and roll out here. So follow along. You guys can literally recreate this exact one and go head over to your neighbors, your community, and ask all the contractors, hey, we have this insane AI system, converts 10 times harder. I'm going to pick up any calls. You really can do everything inside one place. So the answer to something like this will be, is this going to be wood or trek. Knowledge base is done. You know, we're halfway through the workflow. Creating the calendar, we can knock that out real quick, but first let's make our pipeline. A pipeline is particularly when a client comes in through your doors. Have they been qualified? Do they have high intent? Do they want to pretty much reach out for just a quote, or are they ready to, you know, service? This is things that, you know, every business owner should be tracking. We have one that High Level gives us. It's not very effective. Let's make one. Side pipelines, create a new one, and we'll name this incoming Belmont company. Very simple. And we'll do something like incoming SMS, incoming call, booked job, and we'll do actually this one top. We'll do AI agent reach out, booked job, completed job. Simple. A 5-step funnel is literally all you need in 2025. Guys, I did forget to add 2 more. We want to do engaged out with and never booked as well. Go back into the workflow and then just do create opportunities. Should pop up now. So the pipeline stage is pretty important. This one is for a call, so it's got to be incoming call. And then the opportunity source, we don't really need to put anything. The opportunity name, service, opportunity value, you can put whatever you'd like. Minimum though, this clientele does charge 400. Incoming call. And then at the bottom, you want to put an if else. So if else particularly means like if someone has booked within a week, then we can go ahead and save them. So this is some smart things that you want to do, and follow along with me, please. All you have to do to add a smart feature where if someone hasn't booked in a week, you can go ahead and set up something to pretty much nurture them. Very strong. It's what you should be doing in High Level. So all you have to do is pretty much go to contact details. So if else, if the contacts tag not include book job. The second one would be if the tag does include it. And then this one would be client booked. Client booked within 7 days. So now we've set it up. So if we save it, if the client did not book within 7 days, they don't have the book job. Okay, so go to this step. And if they did book within 7 days, they have this tag, which is book job. You can do something like this. Very simple. So we can do something like they booked the job, just remove from workflow. Very easy, very simple. And we don't even want to add them to the create opportunity tab. It's not going to duplicate it. 2, if someone didn't book in a 7-day period, we're just going to call this nurturing after 7 days. And then we'll move on to the calendar. And then we'll add this to the actual agent, and then we're kind of almost done with this agent. And this is a complete demo. This is actually even as far as a snapshot at this point, but I wanted to be very transparent, guys. This is a little bit of a longer video, but please, so much value. High Level is insanely strong, especially for the gas business. And this one is create opportunity. Very simple, guys. Number 1, never booked. Opportunity source, usually never booked. And the opportunity value, you can want to put you know, your minimum charge, so you just do minimum 400. Allow people to move around, leave everything else the same. The action name can leave. If you want to be even more transparent, you can just name it client never booked. Never booked within 7 days. And then from that point forward, you want to pretty much either do email outbound, or you want to do SMS. I recommend both. So real quick, all you have to do is just do the plus. You can do email. You can do from, you know, whatever email you have. Let's do this. If you have a special coupon on this. This is something that we want to go ahead and make sure that it's enticing, that they want to open. So, hey, we cannot reach you. We can do ... Have the special coupon on us. There we go. This is Noah. We are actually special, and you came up in the exact region. You can do something like now. This is limited. This is limited. This is limited. What I do. We can do appreciate your interest last week. Lock in those random craftsmanship. Lock in those craftsmanship dreams. We got you covered. Grab a quote. Grab a time for a free estimate. Let's see that. There you go. Guys, I'm in no means a copywriter. And then in here, we want to put a link. Ideally, it should be a trigger link, and then we don't have that yet right now because we're gonna go ahead and create our calendar. And then we're gonna do SMS as well. Did you ever? All right. Anyways, how's the property going? How's the property looking? We'll do that. Property looking. Let's do Belmont Co. Simple. Save action, and then at the bottom we can add a tag like first SMS, like first nurture contact. So we'll do first nurture contact, tagging first time. And then we want to do 2 particular ads. We want to add to nurture email and nurture SMS because they shouldn't be in the same workflow. You can just split those up. It's pretty unnecessary to be in the same workflow. It can mess things up a little bit. But you can go ahead and pretty much do add to workflow. And then we don't have the workflow like nurture SMS and nurture email, but I definitely have a full breakdown video of going A through Z on what it means to use nurture SMS, nurture email, and pretty much nurture AI caller to literally grow an AI agency A through Z. So if you guys want to watch that one, like I said in the description. Real quick though, that's pretty much what you would add. You would add the nurture to an email list and a nurture to an SMS list. And then obviously one crucial thing from this standpoint is that you have to never add a trigger. I mean, you can do like the whole booked call tag as the trigger, but then they'll be getting added to the workflow twice. The idea is you have to figure out like, hey, after a certain amount of time in a workflow, like for example, this incoming call, if this was the incoming SMS, we would actually do the agent to do 2 different things. One would pretty much, the caller would go ahead and either book them, or it would mark them as an opportunity as they never booked. If it was unsuccessful, go ahead and always mark them incoming call. If it was unsuccessful within 7 days, that client never booked, but they call the agent, then there's set workflows out there that you can create like this one exactly, where you pretty much wait 7 days. If the client has a book tag, then go ahead and proceed, did not book within 7 days. And then if they did not book within 7 days, that is a trigger. A couple more extra pieces, but now we pretty much have the incoming calls workflow where we're vetting that if the client has booked within 7 days. And now we have the never booked, which is ideally going to add to nurturing folder. And in the nurturing folder, like I said, just create these are nurture email, nurture SMS. That's what they are. But create just a demo real quick. Duplicate this one for nurture email. Hope I'm not going too fast. Now, to make a demo, you don't particularly need to go exactly like this, but it's very advised that you have at least one snapshot ready to go, whether you're doing a free trial. It's really particularly up to you. You can really just get on calls with an AI caller and close if you have the balls. All right, and apart from that, we have the workflows needed, the nurture, the never booked, and then that's it. So now we can create the calendar, and we'll go into calendar settings. This one was created a while back, so we'll create a fresh new one. We'll do personal booking, and we'll do Belmont Co. inbound. You can just name this custom URL whatever you want. The duration would be a 15-minute, or honestly 10 minutes is pretty good. And then we'll do 7 a.m. There we go. And there we go. We have copy the link and close this. So now we have that inbound co company right here, where we have all the edit calendar features right here, where you can add the logo, any specific description you want. But we'll go ahead and do that a little bit. First, we want to make this trigger link because it's pretty important. So if you go to the marketing and you go to trigger links, you're going to create the URL that we just grabbed. You want to create a link for that, so it actually pops up in your emails and your SMS. So paste in your link, and then we'll name this SMS and email booking link. And the reason is because you can't just send, if you send just a URL inside SMS, it's just not going to send correctly. So what high level has you do is they grab this trigger link that we just created. We added the link, got the name, you grab it, and then you pretty much can head over to your automations where you have that SMS and you have that email. Yeah, so we had it never booked, so we can go ahead and just add the trigger link. We have SMS and email booking right there. You just click it. Hey, so that's good. So we added the trigger link. Now we're saved right there. And then the SMS, same thing. Hey, it's been a few days. How's the property looking? This one, we don't need to add a trigger link, but if you were asking like something like, hey, you X, Y, and Z, grab a booking link right here, you can just do something like, just insert the trigger link yourself. But because we're going to go ahead and add an AI agent to, send this SMS and continue with the chatbot and SMS, we're not going to go ahead and add those trigger links. Of course, if you were doing like blast out, campaign, yeah, go for it. But you want to have a separate agent on SMS for that blast out campaign, because there's booking intents. You don't want to be going back and forth with a client, and it revolts the whole purpose of frictionless actual conversations. So we have the trigger link added, and now we have the calendar made. If you guys have been following along, what we can do is we can go into the edit calendar section real quick before we go back to the agent. I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but I want this to be as transparent as can be. You can go ahead and actually do the form, and then this is pretty important because without a form, you're not qualifying the client of what actual services they want. So this is pretty important. You can also do a consent checkbox, and then let's go and create this form real quick, and the calendar part of things are done. Real quick, you want to go into sites, and you want to go ahead and find forms. I want to just build a form real quick. We're just going to create a folder. There's incoming leads. And then, this is pretty much a form that people can self-book on. So we'll do a self-book form is what we'll call it. And we'll do just qualifying questions like the client's budget, what particular services they might want. So now we're pretty much building out an entire infrastructure. So real quick, something that's pretty important is when you are going ahead and creating your form, you actually need to create custom fields, and these are fields that like you're taking track of what is actually going on inside your business. So a field is particularly like a set description of what someone is able to choose. That means literally if I can choose whether I want I want a pressure wash, if I can choose whether I want my roof inspected or a tree removed, if I can choose those things, they should be custom fields. So the way you do that is simply by going ahead and going into custom fields on the bottom left, and then go create a folder first and foremost, and we'll just do services, and just name them contact because the contact can choose what these are, and then inside here you'll wait for it to pop up. There you go. So services. Add a field. Want it to be checkbox based because we offer a variety of services. So first and foremost, we want to name this services chosen. We want to do something like decks, I believe, or services. So decks, landscaping, and now we can save this. And this is useful because we're doing both of them because now we have something to add into the form. And then for custom values, we have a way to tag specific clients, what they've chosen before. So the name might be something like concrete. So we'll just do concrete. You can select it into services folder, create it, you're good to go. Really up to them, but this is particularly what we're building. The main goal is to get everything set up, so and you guys can follow along as well as do something like this for yourself, or you can do it for a local business. Now you can also go ahead now and go back to the calendar because we have a form. Well, I don't have a form yet. Hold on, let's do calendar form. Perfect. And at the bottom, we'll add the custom fields, which was services. And now we can track which one they choose. They can choose multiple as well. So in here, though, you just want to label something like service. And then short label. From that, at the bottom, we can add a quick note. So like anything they want to let us know real quick. Let's do, and then privacy and policy terms of service. If you don't have these set up, you grab them from your website and then just copy it over and hyperlink. Now to keep it as short and simple, I'm going to go ahead and remove it. We have our form, and then now what we can do is we can go to our calendar, go to calendar settings, and we can go and actually edit the incoming to switch that form out. So if we go to the forms, you'll see now that we have the calendar form right here. It's going to be form and then date and time selector. And apart from that, now what we can do is we have a knowledge base, we have a calendar, we have set triggers for when someone goes ahead and books. The one thing we don't have is like when someone sends a form if they don't book. People will do that. So real quick, I'm going to show you how to get around that. If you are following along still, let's go ahead and knock that out real quick. So then we have never booked, incoming calls, nurturing folder. So inside the nurturing folder, you create a workflow. And in this workflow, the whole goal is to, if someone sent in a form, so the trigger will be form submitted. So we'll do form submitted. Okay. And we'll do pretty much form is, which is calendar form. Save it. And we'll wait. We'll wait 2 days. Actually, we won't even wait 2 days. We'll wait like, honestly, like 4 hours. We'll wait 10 delay, really 4 hours. Draft it, publish it. Then we want to do if else. What does if else mean? If else. So if else is if the contact, remember we were doing the whole tagging, like they booked. If the contact's tag includes book job, then we'll leave them alone. But if they don't, right? So the tag, here, let me search it up. And if the tag does not, let me grab it from here. Does not include the book job. We can even rename it. Did not book. We don't want to add them particularly yet to the whole book job. work or did not book job nurture flow, because that one waits 7 days. If they did not book, SMS instantly. Hey, you haven't booked yet. Simple, send out the SMS. Also send out an internal notification. Now we're waiting 4 hours, and if the client did not book, we want to send them a SMS that says, hey, notice you grabbed a form, how can we help? And then after that, we want to send an internal notification to let our team know that, hey, we're messaging with someone, they might need that extra kick. So we want to send them to assigned user, simple. And then if they did include, then just remove from workflow. After this, wait 3 days. And the reason we wait 3 days is because, like, if in those 3 days we didn't convert them, you didn't set down a book job, then, or booked at least, you know, service or quote, then we want to go ahead and add them to the workflow. So now we'll add them to the workflow, which is that never booked workflow. And then it's pretty simple as that. So the way this exactly works from top to bottom is when this form is submitted, right, their intent is to land on a calendar. And then if they don't fill out this calendar, though, we have to wait 4 hours. And then we kind of start asking around, okay, do they have that book job form? That book job comes from when the calendar is submitted, so, or when someone adds, you know, gets added to tag. So let me show you how that works right now. The last one for the nurture will be client book. Or actually, let's get out of here. It's not even this one. Hold on. We're in the wrong folder. We have to stay very organized. We can create a folder and we can name this book jobs. So the last workflow, and I promise you guys this is the last one, is when a client is particularly booking, they can go ahead and get tagged that we've booked a job, and they won't get all these extra, you know, nonsense messages. So we can do a calendar, or let's do booked appointment. There you go, which is actually just a quote. So in the calendar, Belmont code incoming. So now when the client has booked, we want to immediately add a contact tag. So create a contact. Add a tag, and book job is our tag. Immediately create the opportunity. Simple. So that means, like, hey, we know we have someone that officially has booked. Go ahead and you know, get ready with them and everything. So this is a booked call. So opportunity value, we'll do 400. Actually, honestly, for a book job, do 1,000, but that's our estimated value right there. And then they can move around, that's fine. And then internal notification is pretty important because someone in the team needs to get notified, you know, what's going on, right? So a particular user, we'll just do owner here, and we'll also go ahead and put down you have a booked job with a quote. Oh, in here as well, we can go ahead and put down their custom value. So earlier we had made that services custom value. We can put down whichever one they really wanted. So here, not the trigger link, so we can do Dex. And apart from that, now we can go ahead and save this, and that's pretty much it. We can go back to the AI agent, get back to the voice AI that we were building. Right here, we did my agent 601. Doesn't have a number yet, but the idea of this one is to trigger a workflow. Let's go ahead and do that. So we can also change real quick the name, because I think this thing didn't save. Some of these things are not saved, so let's go ahead and save it. Let's go agent goals, collect the name, address, contacts, issue. When the call is completed, let's do the book. So let's do incoming call workflow, receive a notification to specific users. This one is fine. To info. There we go. Belmont, that one. So if you guys have not, you know, registered for A2P, it's very simple. I have another video in the description. You guys can check that out. So let's add a number real quick. I know we already have one here, but we're pretty much going to go ahead and go back to the voice AI agent and give this number that we go ahead and purchased. And go phone number, availability. Choose the one that you have available, obviously.
Hey Roberto, it's Noah. How can I help?
It's Kevin, man. It's Kevin, actually. How are you doing?
Thanks for letting me know, Kevin. Just to confirm, that's Kevin, right? And to answer your question, I'm here and ready to help you out. What can I assist you with today?
I would like to pretty much book an appointment. I got, you know, a tree that's knocked over.
All right, Kevin. Got it. You'd like to book an appointment because you have a tree that's knocked over. Let's get your contact details so we can set this up.
Pretty straight, pretty direct. We have that. We're gonna knock off email. Just name and address and contact issue is fine. And then save this information, of course, and then you pretty much have it live. So we can name this Noah 2. We can put it as, need to save it as, and then actually from that point forward, I think, you know, that's pretty much it. Just verify your A2P, guys. You can demo this caller now, and then as far as all the other automations go, like I said, these are automations that you will need, and you can track all your call minutes, everything here in one place. All right, if you made it to this end of this video, I want to thank you personally, and I want to pretty much go ahead and grasp that you can pretty much do anything with high level. It's very creative, especially now with we're combining N8N and the gas model here in high level. You can literally sell AI generated websites, get to 10K with high level, and then branch into fully custom build. People that are going to profit the most rating demos of this whole AI agency space is those that figure out how to, get the sales faster and better with AI, to utilize AI to fixate their whole onboarding process, and how to take leverage in being the first person to knock on doors with AI. It was a very generic breakdown on how to make the demo, specifically a contractor niche demo that we went ahead and built out from the beginning with the voice AI caller, the workflows for inbound leads, and even the forms. Now we can break into some more helpful resources. Like, of course, in the description, there's the school community. There's a way to, if you want to apply for my one-on-one mentorship, there's all there for you. Things more crucial than getting the next grasp, which is getting fast, particularly building demos and getting on sales calls, because that's where you'll convert. Check out the video where I pretty much launch out how to create a quick retail demo. If you have a client that simply needs to get on a call, you need to kind of just give them that extra kick. Show them the AI caller, get them on the call, show them where the data goes, which is usually always high level, and close them right there for 5 to 10K pips. Simple. Now, go ahead, check it out. Follow all my social media. You can clearly reach out, ask me any questions. Right now, I'm personally building out an entire way for you guys to even get even more faster in this space, build more demos. So that's rolling out here real quick. But I thank every single one of you guys for seeing this video, and take care.